Number 10. Bull riding, often dubbed the most dangerous 8 seconds in sports. Bull riding involves mounting a 1,800-pound bull and attempting to stay on as it bucks ferociously. While exact fatality rates are not precisely quantified, it's recognized as one of the most hazardous rodeo events. Riders face significant risks, including being thrown off, trampled, or gored by the bull. Every ride is unpredictable. You train hard, but once you're on that bull, anything can happen. It's a battle of strength, skill, and sheer willpower. In 1989, Lane Frost, one of the most legendary bull riders in history, was fatally gored by a bull named taking care of business during a competition. Though he initially stood up after being thrown, he collapsed due to internal injuries and died shortly after. Number 9. Kiteboarding. This sport combines aspects of surfing, windsurfing, and paragliding. The fatality rate is approximately 6 to 12 deaths per 100,000 participants annually. Risks include strong winds, equipment failure, and collisions. Understanding weather patterns and maintaining your equipment are crucial. Always be aware of your surroundings and know your limits. In 2013, professional kitesurfer Antoine Oriol was caught in a sudden wind gust, launching him over 50 feet into the air before slamming into a concrete building in Tarifa, Spain. While he miraculously survived, many other riders have not been so lucky, with accidents often occurring when riders lose control during strong winds. Number 8. Scuba diving. While it offers a window into the underwater world, it comes with inherent risks. The fatality rate is approximately 16.4 deaths per 100,000 divers annually. Dangers include drowning, decompression sickness, and equipment failure. Proper training and adherence to safety protocols are vital. Always dive within your certification limits and monitor your equipment closely. The Bushman's Hole tragedy. In 2005 saw legendary deep cave diver David Shaw attempting to recover the body of a fellow diver who had died 10 years earlier. Shaw himself suffered a fatal blackout due to extreme depth pressures, and his body was later recovered still tangled in the remains of the diver he was trying to rescue. Number 7. Skydiving. Jumping from aircraft at high altitudes provides an unparalleled adrenaline rush. The fatality rate is approximately 8 deaths per 1 million jumps. While relatively low, risks include parachute malfunctions and human error. It's an incredible experience, but you must respect the process. Rigorous training and equipment checks are non-negotiable. In 1997, a group of 22 skydivers attempted a mass jump in Paris Valley, California. 2 planes collided midair, leading to the deaths of 16 people in what became one of the deadliest skydiving accidents in history. Number 6. Paragliding. This sport allows pilots to soar through the skies with a lightweight, foot-launched glider. The fatality rate is approximately 74 deaths per 100,000 flights. Risks include unpredictable weather conditions, equipment failure, and pilot error. Experience and an understanding of meteorological conditions are crucial for safety. In 2010, Turkish pilot Eva Wisniewska was sucked into a powerful storm system while paragliding. She was carried to an altitude of over 32,000 feet, higher than Mount Everest, where she lost consciousness due to extreme cold and lack of oxygen. Miraculously, she survived and landed safely, but others caught in similar storms have not been as fortunate. Number 5. Free solo climbing. This discipline involves scaling rock faces without any safety equipment, no ropes, no harnesses. The margin for error is non-existent. While the exact fatality rate is not precisely quantified, the peril is evident. A single slip can result in a fatal fall from great heights. It's as much a mental game as it is physical. You have to be completely in tune with your body and the rock. There's no room for doubt. The legendary free solo climber John Bahar fell to his death in 2009 while climbing near his home in California. Having spent decades pushing the limits of ropeless climbing, his death underscored the extreme risks inherent in the sport. Number 4. Cave diving. Divers explore underwater caves. navigating through narrow passages and low visibility. The fatality rate is not precisely quantified, but it's considered one of the most hazardous diving activities. Risks include disorientation, equipment failure, and the ever-present danger of drowning. Preparation is everything. You need specialized training, the right equipment, and a deep respect for the environment. One wrong move can be fatal. The Boesman's Gat cave disaster remains one of the most infamous cave diving tragedies. British diver Dion Dreyer drowned at a depth of 886 feet in one of the deepest freshwater caves on Earth. His body was later discovered in 2005 by deep diving expert David Shaw, who himself tragically perished in an attempt to retrieve the remains. Number 3. Mountaineering. This involves scaling some of the world's tallest mountains, facing extreme conditions. Fatality rates vary by mountain. For instance, Annapurna has a fatality-to-summit ratio of approximately 31, 9% on peaks like Mount Everest. The death rate can be as high as 37,932 micromorts per successful ascent. You're battling avalanches, severe weather, and altitude sickness. Every step is a test of endurance and resilience. The 1996 Mount Everest disaster saw a deadly blizzard hit the mountain, resulting in 8 climbers losing their lives. The event was later chronicled in the book Into Thin Air and the movie Everest. Number 2. Base jumping. Short for building, antenna, span, and earth, base jumping is among the most dangerous extreme sports on our list. Participants leap from fixed objects at relatively low altitudes, relying on parachutes to break their fall. The fatality rate is approximately 1 death per 2,300 jumps. Risks include short freefall time, low altitude for parachute deployment, and proximity to structures. Base jumping has a terrifyingly high risk per jump, with little room for error. In 2016, world-renowned base jumper Alexander Polly died after crashing into a tree at high speed during a wingsuit proximity flight. His death was a stark reminder of the extreme risks of the sport. Number 1. Wingsuitflying. This extreme sport involves jumping from cliffs, plains, or mountains while wearing a specialized wingsuit that allows participants to glide at high speeds. The fatality rate is approximately 1 death per 500 to 1,000 jumps, making it the most dangerous sport on our list. Risks include high-speed collisions, miscalculations in trajectory, and parachute deployment failures. Despite advancements in equipment, the sport remains highly lethal. In 2013, legendary wingsuit pilot Mark Sutton, who famously served as the stunt double for James Bond in the 2012 London Olympics, died when he crashed into a ridge at high speed during a jump in Switzerland. Extreme sports push the boundaries of human capability, testing both physical and mental endurance. While the thrill is undeniable, the risks are real. Well, there you have it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to keep up to date with our videos. See you next time.